What's up, everybody, and welcome to Game Guys. I'm Eric, and today I'm going to be giving you a review so far of Dragon Age Veilguard. So I have played all of the Dragon Age games immensely. I probably logged like over 300 hours or so in the 3 titles that have been out so far. For the Veilguard, I picked a mage and hopped right back in because I have picked a mage in all of the Dragon Age games. So right now I'm around 30 hours into the game, and I still haven't beat it yet. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm going to. First, let's just start off by talking about the gameplay. So when we want to talk about the role play aspect of it as the gameplay, let's talk about the races that you can be. You can be a human, you can be a shorter human, a human with pointy ears, or a gray human with horns, and that's about it. No, they actually do have 4 different races, but really that's kind of it with the art direction that they took. All the races kind of end up looking the same a little bit. So there's really not that much variety. I'm not going to say that this is very different from the other Dragon Age games, but it just really stood out to me with the art direction that they chose, that all of these races kind of really just look the same. Too much. I would have liked more pre-built options in the game. Like, I don't feel like using 20 sliders to create like a perfect nose. Just give me 20 nose options and then I can just go from there, you know? Now, when we're talking about the actual like roleplay aspect of it, I don't really think it's there. It's really missing, guys, and I'm really sorry to say that, but it's really missing. There is this illusion of choice that you get in this game where you feel like you can say certain options or act a certain way or do something, and you really can't. You can't. There's really no way for you to be stern or be a badass or anything like that because the game kind of always forces you to be nice. It's like, do you want to be overtly nice, like Mr. Rogers, or do you want to be like a normal person nice who maybe just hasn't had their coffee yet? That's about it. So from a role-playing standpoint, it's not there, which is sad because in the other Dragon Age Origins, you could do some really cool stuff and really make the story feel like it was yours. I'm not saying that there's not any choices in this game because there are choices, but it's just, man, it's so watered down and it makes it look like you have all these choices, but you don't. You're on rails, you're going the direction that they want you to, and there's really not much you can do about it. Moving over to fighting, though, again, I chose the mage class, and what I have to say is that it is awful. And I really do mean that. Being ranged in this game is absolutely abysmal. If you like a dodging simulator, then this is okay. I won't even say it's great. I will say it's okay. You have these companions with you who do not have health bars. So therefore, your enemies do not target them because they can't die. Your companions are practically just extra abilities that you can have that run on a separate cooldown. Okay, that's about all that they're there for. So since your enemies don't really go after them, guess who they go after? You. The squishy little mage who's trying to stay in the back line. Guess what, buddy? You're never the back line when all the enemies are rushing you all the time. Now note, there are tanks that you get in this game as companions who do have taunts. But the thing is, they are literally like the last companions you get in this game. You recruit a rogue, a mage, a rogue, another rogue, and you get a warrior. Why? Why is it not rogue, mage, then warrior? Then you can do rogue. But you spend so many levels of the game, and I'm not kidding, like the first 15, and it maxes out at 50. The first 15 levels of the game, you do not have any taunt or a warrior at all. So you are spending your entire time just dodging and hopefully getting far enough away that you can throw out some spells. Now they give you a melee option that you can use as a mage, which is nice, but I don't want to use it. That was not the role play that I had in mind. I wanted to be a necromancer. I wanted to stand in the back and do necromancy crap. I can't. I can't do it because I have to be up in their face because I don't have a choice. Again, it's this illusion of choice that you really don't have. And even when you get the warrior, they have this taunt that's on a cooldown that only does in a certain area around them. But if you have a big boss who's going to target you, and for some reason, every boss in this game has a teleport, they are teleporting right at you, far away from your warrior. So when you do use your warrior's taunt ability, the boss is all up in your shit and the warrior's all over there, so it still doesn't even matter. I literally got so frustrated from some of the fights in this game that I put it on the easy mode just because I wanted it to be over. So, okay, enough about gameplay. Let's move on to graphics, environments, and maps. The graphics, the character style in this game, as I said before when I was talking about the roleplay aspect and the different races, it's not for me. I'm not saying it's bad. It looks fine. All the characters kind of look like Pixar characters. So if that's kind of your aesthetic and you're into that, good for you. It's just not for me. I'm not going to like knock it though, because everyone has different tastes. I will just say that the character design isn't for me. What is for me though is the environments. This is where this game so far has really, really shined. The environments are absolutely gorgeous, from the cities to the forest and the beaches and all these other cool areas that you do get to explore. The environments are absolutely gorgeous. They have you walk through some of these areas that are so picturesque and beautiful that I actually stopped and took screenshots and sent them to Brandon because it was gorgeous. So I don't know whoever did the environments in this area, but like, chef's kiss to you. These areas are absolutely beautiful, beautiful set pieces and really cool to see. The sad thing is, they're not that fun to explore. I don't want to say that. The problem is that the maps don't make sense. They just don't make sense. Like, all of these cities, these robust cities where they have all these people living, just have bridges out and they have to zip line everywhere. Like, it does not make sense. How are these people zip lining everywhere? Like, grandma needs to go to the market, so she needs a zip line 50 feet down to go buy some bread. Like, it doesn't make sense. The layouts do not make sense. Like, you're in this environment, you're like, how would people get anywhere? Are they just stuck in this alley for their entire life because they can't climb up 20 feet? Like, they're awful. Like, I should want to explore the environments and find hidden things on my own that normal people probably wouldn't do. I want to do that from my own fruition, right? I don't want to do it because I have to, or else I can't get to the next area. Like, it's so weird. Like, oh, here's these elven ruins. These ancient elven ruins from 1,000 years ago. Oh, they had a huge zip line. Why? No, I don't get it. I don't want to play Assassin's Creed. I don't need to be teeter-tottering on stuff and fiddling around through things all the freaking time. It is weird. It's weird. It's like they want to be an action adventure game, not a action RPG. They're different. I don't know how to explain it, but these maps don't make sense. And I'm telling you guys, when you play them, you're just like, what? You're like, what? Why? Just give me a bridge. I don't need the zip line. And the zip lines, guys, I know I'm really harping on these zip lines, but they don't even like go down. Like, you can ride them back up. Again, how are these people in these cities are they doing pull-ups all day, every day? Just, they're ripped, their backs are huge because they're riding these zip lines all over the place. It's awkward. Who made these choices? Anyway, going on to the story. God, I wish I had good things to say about the story. The main story is completely force-fed to you. Don't worry if you don't play the game for a long bit of time, because you probably won't. You'll probably get bored and put it down and forget what's going on. Maybe they anticipated that. Maybe that's why they spoon feed you the story every 5 minutes. Your companions will constantly remind you over and over and over again about what's going on. They awkwardly bring it up in the most weird ways. It just feels so completely unnatural. Like, oh, it's a beautiful day today, isn't it? Yeah, but it would be better if we didn't release those elven gods and then, watch that city burn afterwards, which then made us go to this magical tower and talk to the direwolf, who we maybe or maybe not shouldn't trust. But yeah, other than that, beautiful day. What? It does not make sense. And then the dialogue choices that you get with these companions, they don't actually say what you want them to say. So I had this rook in mind. I made him, because this is what I was thinking in my head. All right, knowing where the story's at. We got elven gods, we got the direwolf, we got all this elven stuff going on. I'm gonna pick an elf. I'm gonna make him younger, make him a little bit of a like a bad kid or whatever, who like has a good heart. I don't know. So he's a little cocky. So there was one point where there were these griffins, and there's this big bad guy there who's wanting to kill all these griffins. And there was an option where they said something really mean to me. And I was going to say, hey, no need to get nasty. Just be a little cocky, right? Instead, he said, there's no need to spill any blood today. Just leave the griffins and go. No, that is not what I wanted to say. I just wanted to say, no need to be nasty. That was it. Because guess what? I'm not letting that bitch go. I'm going to kill him. I just want to be cute and coy about it. It's so weird. You think you're going to say something and you can't. I wanted to tell this guy to shut up, and instead I just said like, oh, okay. No, I want to tell him to shut up. My guy is so nauseatingly nice that it is annoying, and I always play nice playthroughs. Just so you know, I have a hard time choosing bad dialogue options, but at least I'm not a little bitch. I still want to stand up for myself, but he can't. He just rolls over for freaking everybody. Oh, and then the motivations of the main character. Why is he there? I still don't know. I'm 30 hours in and I have no clue why my character gives a shit about any of this. Literally, I chose a background where he was a veil jumper, which are these people who go and explore all these elfin artifacts. Again, I was trying to roleplay up in my head. They explore all these elfin artifacts, and one time he was on a mission where he was trying to find this ancient map, and he lost the map because he decided to save a group of people instead while they were trying to escape. Okay? Like, that's it. But then it's so awkwardly brought up. Like, there was a completely other dude on the other side of the world, part of a completely different faction, who I was just meeting for the first time ever. And he said, oh yeah, I heard about you. I heard about that one time when you lost the map. Well, why? Why did you hear about that? Why would people talk about that? That sounds pretty uneventful for you to know on the other side of the freaking world. Like, imagine that you lose a map in Midwest Ohio and then you fly out to Japan and they're like, oh, hey, heard you lost that map when you were in Hocking Hills. Does not make sense. Anyway, I think I'm over my 5 minutes. I actually went on a worse rant than what I thought because I literally just finished. I stopped the game frustrated and I was like, I think I'm going back to Baldur's Gate 3. And I'm being dead serious. I'm going to go back and play Baldur's Gate 3. And that really, really frustrates me because I love Dragon Age. I've loved all the games out there, even Inquisition. I know a lot of people I loved Inquisition. I loved all of them. 1, 2, 3, every single one. They all had their own unique stuff. I can't get behind this, I don't think. I'm going to give it a break and I may come back to it and try it again. But I don't know. I just feel like I really wasted my money and I feel like I got sold a lemon. Really. I want Dragon Age Veilguard to be good, honestly. Not because it's EA, I don't care about that. I just care about like Dragon Age as a franchise is so cool. And I'm just frustrated. Like, the combat is a combination of dodging and shielding and waiting for your cooldowns to pop, which go every 60 or so seconds. And the story is cheesy and force-fed to you. And I'm frustrated with it. I'm not having fun. I don't like going around these environments that don't make any sense. And I think I'm putting it down. So just to end it here, for right now, I am not recommending Dragon Age the Veilguard. I may go back and complete it, and in which case I will put up a full review of it. But for my first 30 hours in, I would say do not buy it. If you haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 yet, go check that out. That's an actual really good RPG. Sorry for the shitty review, but it is how I feel right now, and I'll try to check out the game later. Until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Eric. You're watching Game Guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.